You already know me, my name is Joshua Vergara, and as a lot of you out there keep asking, even now, in the beginning you used to ask if I was just Filipino in general, but now it seems the question is, am I half Filipino? Let me clear it up for you. I am full Filipino, and I will tell you this right now, I am definitely proud to be Pinoy. As for my next fact, well, there's something missing. Hold on a second. Ah, there. Much better. One thing about me that you will definitely see more often in my videos is tea, and you probably see it in the background of some of the videos already, but the bottom line is Josh V loves his tea. From the work that I do with the videos and the writing on the website, I think it would be clear that my hobbies are writing, photography, and videography. Let's talk about the writing for a second. When I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a print journalist. And unfortunately, newspapers aren't necessarily that big anymore, so the new media was where it had to go, at least for me. On the creative side of things, I actually performed spoken word. I wrote and performed spoken word. One quick story about that. When it comes to spoken word, I really just focused on open mics. I wasn't really a competitive slam poet, but I will tell you that one time I did compete in a poetry slam without even knowing it. I went to a great show down in San Diego, and I thought it was just an open mic, but once I got onto the stage, I realized, well, it's a poetry slam. And a poetry slam is where you take the poems that you write and you perform them, and people will end up rating them in the audience. Well, I went up there and I had 2 poems in my back pocket, so I just went ahead and performed them to the best of my ability. I was just really happy to be on stage, and I didn't really expect to place at that slam, but I almost did. I came in, I think, 4th place at that slam, and if I was 3rd place, I would not have only gotten a cash prize, but I would have moved on to the later competitions, the higher echelon competitions, which was a pretty big deal. So poetry has been a big part of my life. I have not been able to write lately, but I do hope so. I hope that I will be able to get back to that creative form of writing, and maybe once in a while on my own personal channel, I'm going to show you a few poems of my own.
Love is not reserved for just one. So I pull you in, wrap my arms around and feel the heartbeat, because of that one solitary moment, nothing else matters to me. I embrace you with the same love I show my mama, my papa, my brother, my sister, my friend, my girl, my unborn children, and their unborn children indeed, because it's all the same to me. And as for you, I may not know you very well. Together we may not have much of a past, but I hope you, any one of you see the way I do, because it might be the last, and I refuse to let that chance pass.
Word. After that, let's move on to photography. Well, when it came to photography, I just somewhat randomly bought my first camera, which was a Panasonic Lumix GH1, and I'm using the GH4 now, so you can say that I'm a big Lumix fan. And I just started taking photos with the kit lens. I got a couple of vintage Canon lenses I started to play around with, and it was from there that I started to just take photos every now and then and post them on places like Facebook and Flickr. Kind of a simple story when it comes to that, but it did lead me to one of my best friends who saw my photos and said I had the eye, and they wanted to bring me on to help them with weddings. It was a wedding photography studio that my best friend Brian made down in San Diego with a couple of his buddies. They taught me a lot about the video side of things, because that was where I was put, and video became one of the things that I really got into. Video has always been a big part of my life as well, even more so than photography, because as I grew up, I had one of those little flip cams that I would use to just document. I always loved vlogging. If you go look on my personal channel here on YouTube, you'll find a couple of interesting videos. Not only do I have some of my own personal vlogs that we're just kind of simple, having fun, like the Costco challenge as you're seeing right now, where I tried to eat $10 worth of Costco food at the food court. I miserably failed, but we moved on from there, and I started to dabble in podcasting. I created my own video podcast called Talking in Cursive, and it was just me, my best friend CJ, my cousin and best friend Micah, and the 3 of us would just get together, as the intro says, the show where a few buddies get together. We may or may not have a few drinks. Today's a may not. But the end result is, as always, we talk in cursive. It was honestly one of the best experiences I've ever had because it was just really fun to be able to come together with two of my best friends and just talk about whatever. And this is one of my favorite formats when it comes to the new media, and I really hope that I'll be able to not only bring that in the future to, let's say, Android Authority if the stars align, but also bring back talking in cursive in some capacity and be able to host my own podcast just to have some fun of my own and to be able to share all of that with you. Alright, so the next fact about me is probably a bit of a cliche, especially for someone like me who's a Filipino, but I love food. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a foodie, but I do love trying out new things, and being from SoCal, born and raised, I definitely love me some food trucks. And here's some footage of what I did about a week ago, a little over a week ago, to celebrate my 25th birthday. So all of you who greeted me happy birthday, thank you guys very much. And yeah, I went with my best friend, another one of my best friends, to the DTLA night market, and this is just a quick look at all of the things that I did there, everything from the food to even some art that I picked up. There's actually another reason why I wanted to talk to you about the night market, and that's because I want to extend an invitation to all of you. If you happen to be in the SoCal area, specifically in the wonderful 626, then I invite you to come and hang out with me at the 626 night market at the Santa Anita racetrack to not only just be able to meet me, have a drink with me, eat some awesome food with me, but you know, even though it might be a month late, you can probably just celebrate my birthday with me as a result. You'll be able to come to the Santa Anita racetrack. There's a small admission fee. You can head over to the 626nightmarket.com for more details, and if you guys want to come and meet me, you can find me. I will tweet out where I will be during the show, but I'll likely be at the huge cup of boba that they have at the center of the entire market. So I hope to see some of you guys there, and if you come by, well, let's go have some drinks together, eat some food, and have some fun, and you can meet me, Joshua Vergara of Android Authority. Speaking of Android Authority, let's go ahead and move on to how I even became a part of all of this. And it might feel like I've been here for quite a while because of the sheer number of videos I've done, because of all of you who know me now as a part of Android Authority. But truth be told, I've only been here about a year and a half. 2 Septembers ago, I had just gotten off a job working IT support for a big financial company. And before that, I did tech support at my school for 4 whole years. And it was somewhere in the middle of that time with my school doing tech support for students and faculty that I did a commercial for my office, and it turned out to look really good. It was using my Lumix GH1, and one of my colleagues and also my boss at the time said, you kind of have a knack for this, maybe this could be something you'll do in the future. Well, sure enough, a few years later, I found myself looking for a new job, and I found the application for Android Authority. A few hours later, Darcy Lacouve himself, one of the founders of Android Authority, went ahead and called me. It was really within a few hours that he called me and just said, I saw your application, and I knew I just had to talk to you the moment I saw it. And sure enough, he was calling me from Hong Kong. If I remember correctly, he had just got done filming one of the now famous drop tests that we did that year. And he said, yeah, we want to see what you can do. So they put me on a couple of videos, and my first ever video, if you look back at it, and I'll have some footage of it right here for you, man, I was really green at the time. I really wasn't anywhere near where I am right now in terms of my cinematography and my presentation skills, but it was the Nexus 7 top tips and tricks. And at the time, that original Nexus 7 was a big deal, and I just gave my thoughts on it and what things I would do with my tablet that I feel like all of you guys should be doing with yours. That video did pretty well, and from there I went on to do my first ever review, and it was on the LG Optimus G, and it was the sort of spiritual brethren of the Nexus 4 that came out at the same time, and I absolutely love that phone. That is honestly one of my favorite phones that I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with, and one day I'm gonna get my hands on that phone. That way I have a nice memento of the time that I became a part of Android Authority, and for all of you who have followed me since then, thank you, and as they say, the rest is history. So we finally get into what I will call my life's philosophy, and it basically goes like this. The next moment is only a moment away. And essentially what that means is, well, no matter what you do in your life, there's always more to come. So do what you can to be a part of this moment while being ready for the next one. And the way that I say it might seem a little bit sort of roundabout-ish, but that's the point of the phrase. It's because there's so many different meanings to it. If the next moment is only moments away, then why should I let myself get caught up in this moment, no matter how negative things are? If the next moment is only a moment away, then I should cherish the moment that I have right now with all the positivity it has, because it'll be fleeting. Just as soon as I entered it, it will leave me. If the next moment is only a moment away, then I should become prepared for the next moment and do what I can to make the next moment exactly what I need it to be or want it to be. But also, if the next moment is only moments away, then there's nothing I can do about that. So I just have to accept the fact that these moments are coming and I must be a part of them as best that I can. Take from it what you will, but the next moment is only a moment away is what I live my life by. And one of my favorite aspects of it, aside from the fact that it's multifaceted, is that, well, I'm only human and I may or may not really succeed in following my own life's philosophies. But that's okay, because even if I fail in this moment, guess what? The next moment is only a moment away. So with that, I will go ahead and end this first video of mine in this Meet the Team segment that we will have periodically. As you already know, I'm Joshua Vergara, you're watching Android Authority, and I want to just say one last time, thank you for being there. And I know for a fact that I really feel like I have a home here at Android Authority, and that you all are brothers and sisters with me here as we all sort of traverse this world of tech and try to make sense of it all. And I really just want to say thank you for being there, because there are plenty of moments in the last year and a half where all of you have shown your gratitude for me, and I want to make sure to return the favor, because without you guys I wouldn't be here living one of my dreams. When I was in high school, I wanted to be a print journalist, but I also wanted to write about technology. And now, not only am I doing that, it has afforded me many firsts in my life. Being able to make my first YouTube video that was at least, very successful, and then moving on to traveling the world, going to CES for the first time, MWC, going to Beijing for random phone releases, and then going to IFA in Berlin. Just 2013 was an awesome year, and it only has been getting better from there. And my time with Android Authority has been some of the best times of my life. And I just want to extend my gratitude not only to the wonderful team that work with me here, everyone from the bosses to the writers, to the fellow YouTubers, Joe, Jace, Kevin the Tech Ninja, and of course, Lon. I just want to give my thanks to all of you, because you all get to watch it and you all get to lend your support by watching our videos and telling us what you think and just being there with us. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And I want you all to know that we're going to be here for a while. I know that I hope I will be. And I will continue to bring you the best that I can, whether it's on Android Authority or through my own life on my own channel. And I hope that you're there with us. So cheers to all of you. And remember, the next moment is only a moment away.